Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Daily here, and today I have a little bit more news with the Minecraft community to talk about. Who knew at the end of it all, the Minecraft community on Twitter would end up being the most toxic? That's a shock to me, because Minecraft was always so innocent, and now a lot of the community members in it are just super toxic, which is really disappointing. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about it. TommyInIt, Jschlatt, Moist Critical, the whole gang's here. So guys, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below your own thoughts and opinions on what's going on in this video. Let's get going. Okay, so essentially I only heard about this drama because Moist Critical tweeted out about it. Moist Critical said, Minecraft Twitter eats itself alive. Holy shit. Was just reading up about Tommy's situation. Absolute psychopaths. Parents need to do a better job of raising their kids instead of letting YouTubers unintentionally do it for them. I feel bad for Tommy and them as well. So, myself, and I'm sure many of you, are probably confused by this tweet, not really having the background context on what happened. But luckily, someone in the comment section of Charlie's tweet alluded to what was going on. So, big shout out to Kat in Moist Critical's comment section for explaining what's going on here. I'll get into that right now. So, for context, Tommy made a joke about Jschlatt being a quote-unquote bad guy. Twitter got Tommy neg trending in under 5 minutes, calling him anti-black, etc. for hurting the minorities Jschlatt impacted by continuing to be friends with him. Next day on stream, Tommy talks about how much Twitter had effed up his mental health and how he's going to therapy because of it. Tommy Neg gets trending again on how he's trying to quote-unquote avoid accountability and that he, quote-unquote, doesn't get to be a normal teenager. Tommy almost had a panic attack on stream, and people still had the audacity to say he's not the victim in the situation. So this situation is really pretty depressing, if you ask me. First of all, Jschlatt has edgy humor, but in no way has he come off ever as actually racist or anti-black, or anything of that matter. I mean, he does edgy jokes, but they're nowhere near the level of edgy as like iDubbbz or Max Mofo used to do back in the day with like Filthy Frank and stuff like that. The internet has seriously calmed down since then, but he's straight up pretty harmless. I mean, Jschlatt, like I said, has been known to do an edgy joke or two, but it's always clear it is a joke. Always. There's never once been a time where there aren't people goofing around in these videos, that there aren't people, faking shock, and, Jschlatt not cracking a smile because he knows he got a rise out of people from making a joke. It's very bluntly clear to anyone over the age of 10 that Jschlatt is just an edgelord. And it's, again, all jokes. I feel like there's not even that much more that can be said on that, because, you're either gonna appreciate them as jokes, ignore it, or get offended by it, and that's your prerogative, whatever. But either way, Tommy being friends with Jschlatt, I just don't see as a problem. Jschlatt's a funny guy, Tommy's a funny guy, they've been in the same community for a couple of years now, interacting with each other. This isn't a problem. Who you choose to be friends with is not the internet's problem. And the fact that a bunch of little kids are bullying Tommy now for, well, not even little kids, let's be honest. Half of these Dream stands and Tommy stands and things like that are probably like 30-year-olds too. It's weird. But them lecturing Tommy, a kid, isn't he still 17? So he's still not even legally an adult. A child is getting bullied by these people online for being friends with someone and being called anti-black. Imagine you, as a 17-year-old, having millions of people online call you anti-black because you're friends with someone. Like, can you even begin to comprehend how damaging that would be to your mental psyche? How messed up that would make you to be called anti-black for something that's pretty innocent as joking that Jschlatt is a quote-unquote bad guy. Tommy is literally being told, in quotes here, that he is hurting minorities that Jschlatt impacted by continuing to be friends with him. What? First of all, I would like the people who are hurt by Jschlatt to come forward, and I can guarantee you none of them are black, probably. Like, I can say that with almost pure confidence. It's almost a guarantee. Like, anyone with a brain cell can understand that these are just jokes and they're pretty harmless, and none of them are even that bad. Like, I don't even see why any Jschlatt joke that I have ever heard is ever coming up as, like, crazy horrible. Not to mention, I've actually never really heard him make jokes against black people or anything like that. Most of it's sort of like, you know, him putting on the businessman persona and, you know, being like, yeah, haha, no women in corporate, that kind of a thing. Obviously joking the entire time, but never do I hear him talk about black people in a sort of negative way or anything along those lines. I really actually don't know what clips these people are referring to, but it's pretty clear from all of the comments and replies and things like that, that no one is taking these people seriously. But the problem is that even though most sane people don't take these people doing hashtag TommyInIt and things like that, you know, most sane people don't take these people seriously. But the problem is they still exist, and they're still bullying Tommy, and they're still causing him immense trauma because they're this radical group of Minecraft stans who are just going after anyone and everyone who dares to do anything at this point. Like, sure, there are plenty of people who definitely deserve to be shunned in society, but TommyInIt? Jschlatt? Come on. Come on. Like, no one is safe anymore. Even the most innocent, like Mr. Rogers, the most innocent of people, I'm sure Twitter could find some way to just ruin his reputation for the slightest thing in the world. It's really disappointing what the internet has come to. The internet used to be a place where people could come together, and now it's just such a divisive and horrible, awful place. Literally every story we talk about on this channel somehow roots back to the Twitter hate mob. They're more hateful than any of the people that they hate on. You know, any of the people that they, you know, are out to get are probably better people than they themselves are. It's crazy. So either way, I thought it'd be fun to look over some of the comments to Moist Critical's tweet here. Shampow wow 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 says, God, that's so sad. I saw him tweet that joke about Jschlatt last week or so. Never thought it would get to this level. He's literally a kid. Why are people so toxic? I 100% agree. I mean, it's one thing if you're doing this to a 40-year-old. Well, even then it's pretty bad. It's pretty shallow and lame. But, you know, to a literal underage kid, that's so messed up. Z Trippy says, it's weird that as kids with Team Crafted, the worst we did was be annoying about butter and squids, but Dream/SMP fans resort to doxing, canceling, and just general psychopath behavior. It doesn't make sense and is honestly a little scary. I think this raises a really good point. You know, when I was a kid, probably around this guy was a kid, really it was Yogscast and Captain Sparkles that we would watch, and we'd just watch, and yeah, sometimes spam, you know, ooh, Buttersuit and Butterboy, all those things, you know, annoying kid crap from 2010 or whatever, but it was never this sort of psychopathic behavior, because we didn't have the power to do that. We were just kids back then, but kids nowadays can just get full access to all adult privileges on the internet, which is really dangerous given the things that we've seen. That's the real problem here, is that literal children are getting access to tools that allow them to bully and pester people online. Obviously, adults still do that too, and those people are awful. But the fact that kids who don't know any better are getting access to these tools online and are fully employing them, and sometimes at the behest of content creators, is super messed up and kind of a scary world to live in. Jokeart says, with the whole Jschlatt thing, there's a difference between an insensitive joke and being straight up racist. Twitter kids don't see that line at all, especially when these jokes were made a while ago, not yesterday. Yeah, 100%. Someone else said, don't those kids hate Jschlatt anyways? And someone responded, he's become a trigger warning. If that's true, that's hilarious. If people are like trigger warning just because they're mentioning Jschlatt in a tweet or something like that, that's an achievement. I would love to become a trigger warning on Twitter. That'd be epic, you know? Oh, hey, by the way, trigger warning daily is mentioned in this, or if you said that, you need a trigger warning for the trigger warning at that point. But yeah, enough shenanigans aside, I think that's going to be about it for today's video. If this story progresses any farther, I hope it doesn't, but if it does, I'll be sure to cover it. Guys, just, be nice to people online. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Just because you have a screen in front of you doesn't mean you shouldn't be a nice person. People can still read what you're saying. It still affects them. Especially kids like Tommy, who's 17. Come on. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that like button. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.